Hey besties, how you doing? Thank you for tuning into my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Please click the like button, subscribe to my channel because I give out premium content, like content you cannot get anywhere else. I'm just kidding. But I just like to promote a culture called minimalism. And today we're going to have a video that's, talks a little bit about minimalism. We're going to have how to plan a minimalist wedding in Lagos, Nigeria. Some people think it's unrealistic, but it's very realistic, to be honest. I had my wedding in 2019, and if I tell you how much I spent on that wedding, I know things are expensive now, but you can use this as a guide. I was my own wedding planner. I didn't get a wedding planner from anywhere. So I will tell you the things you need to look out for in a wedding and how to go about cutting costs. First, you need to decide on the kind of wedding you want to have. Do you want to have a white wedding, a traditional wedding, a court wedding? To be honest, if you're not all about the fantasy and princess kind of life, what do you need a white wedding for? I'm not that kind of life. So I just went for a traditional wedding. I went for a court wedding, and I went to church for my pastor to bless my wedding. My pastor was obviously at my traditional wedding. We had counseling also in the church prior to this. So a lot of these pastors you see pastoring, they did not get married in the church. These are elderly pastors. They did traditional wedding and that's it. But that's a story for another day. So like I said, determine the kind of wedding you want to have first. Secondly, pick tentative dates, and have reasons for picking those dates. Most times it's the family of the girl that brings a date for the traditional wedding, but try and see if it's a date that is suitable for you. If it's not suitable for you, please find a way to change it. If you get a date around that festive period, please try and see if you can change it, because festive periods, halls are booked, caterers are very expensive because they have lots of orders that period. So get a period that that all these vendors are not in high demand. That will actually give you a reason to beat down the price or whatever pricing they are giving you, because if you cannot beat down the price when they can actually drop it for somebody else. So when they are not really in as much demand is when you can beat down the price. So that's tip number 2. Then also have a budget. Like I said, first of all, determine the kind of wedding you want to have. Secondly, have tentative dates and have reasons for picking those dates. Thirdly, have a budget and have a pocket-proof padded budget. Now, your budget is your actual amount that you know that, okay, this is what I and my husband can spend. But just in case there's a need for us to draw from other savings, this is our pocket-proof padded budget. So, for example, if you have a budget of 2 million, you can have a pocket-proof padded budget. Pocket-proof padded budget. That's PPPB. Wow. You can have a pocket-proof padded budget of, if you have a budget of 1.5 million, you can have 300,000 naira left for exigencies, for miscellaneous. So that's 300,000 makes it a total of 1.8 million, which is like your pocket-proof padded budget. Okay. So, like I said, if you're having whatever wedding you have, there are some vendors you cannot do without. So these vendors are the vendors I will be itemizing in this video. First is caterers. Like, you cannot have a wedding without food. You cannot have a wedding without food. Although I've heard that people are doing it these days, sakpa wedding. But to be honest, let's be realistic. You actually need a wedding with food. So you need a caterer. Now, how do you source for caterers? A lot of people, okay, let me just tell you the list of vendors you need before we even go and talk about how you're sourcing for these vendors. Now, you need caterers for food. You also need a cake caterer. I don't know what they call them, a baker. Someone that will bake your cake. Whether it's a white wedding cake, whether it's a traditional cake, you need a cake. You also need drinks. Sometimes the caterers don't source for drinks, so you need to find out if the caterer you're selecting can actually source for drinks for you, or you have to be the one to source for drinks and coolers. So you need that. You also need decorator, someone who's going to decorate the event place for you. If it's going to be an outdoor event, you need more than a decorator. You need someone who can actually do a whole, is it a tent or whatever it is, if it's a garden, because of the weather. Now, choosing a date also, this is something I forgot to mention while choosing a date. You need to look at the weather. If you have high hopes of having a garden wedding without tents, my dear, don't go and book your wedding in the rainy season. Please don't book your wedding in the rainy season. Then if you don't have intention of AC proofing the hall, please don't get married in the season that is very hot. If not, you won't kill your guests, right? So that's the things you look. Back to the list of vendors. You also need a makeup artist, someone who is going to make you up. Now, some of my videos, some of my viewers might not be people who are into makeup, but I know these days that even people that are not even into makeup still end up doing 1 or 2 touches on their face. So you can get someone to do that for you. So hair and makeup also is a plus. Then photographer, videographer. You see, this is an event that you want to, be rekindling memories. You want to watch, you want to look at. Although I think after I watched my wedding video, I don't think I've watched it again since then. But I look at these pictures, on our anniversaries each year. I keep posting these pictures because they look so beautiful to me. So you also need an MC and a DJ. These are the must-do vendors you need for your event. Like I said, vendors for catering, cake, decorator, makeup and hair, photography, videography, MC and DJ. So those ones you cannot even do without. Okay, then you also need order, like itemizing what the event is going to be. Now, I would prefer you itemize what the event is going to be than an MC doing that for you. Now, I watched a lot of videos on YouTube to see how people, and I've attended a lot of weddings, to be honest, so I know what goes down in a traditional wedding. I had a traditional wedding and a court wedding, and I had my wedding blessed in the church. So I actually did the order of my wedding myself, and when the MC came, I spoke to the MC and we had to adjust 1 or 2 pieces. So okay, that's the list of vendors. Now, how do you contact these vendors? How do you get these vendors? Now, the first thing I would like you to do is, do you know that one vendor can actually help you out with the rest of the vendors? Okay, maybe not everything, but the person who helped me do my decoration linked me up with the person I borrowed beads from, because I did not buy beads. Okay, this is another way that you can actually cut costs. Do you know that you can actually rent these beads? These traditional beads, this hand fan, your husband's cap, your husband's walking stick. You can actually rent these items for a very, very minute. If I tell you how much I rented those items, oh my God, believe me, you'll be shocked. Then go and buy, because beads, real coral beads are very expensive. A lot of people end up going to buy real coral beads because they don't want to use the plastic and fake beads. But there are people who rent out these items that you can use them for. Anyways, I would still come back to all of that. So like I said, I've listed out the list of vendors. Then like order of the day, you can draft your order of the day. This is how I want this particular scene to be. This is the kind of music I want to be played. Okay, we'll go into all of that, all of that. Okay, let's just go into all of that now so I don't keep, going around the bush. So for the order of the day, while you're trying to play the mental picture of how you want your day to be in your head, start with what you want. What you want. You don't have to, you cannot even tell the MC what to say, but you should have an idea of what goes down afterwards, so you don't get lost at your own wedding. I don't really like the idea of me not knowing what's going to happen at my wedding and be taken unawares. Fine, that there are going to be games. The MC might not really tell you the kind of games you'll be played or what will be asked, but at least you have an idea. Okay, this is the time to do this, this is the time to do that. That is why even the Oyibos, they have wedding rehearsals. We don't have wedding rehearsals in Nigeria. You just, on the D-Day, we don't have wedding rehearsals in Nigeria, and that is why a lot of dramas occur during people's wedding. There's an occasion I went and the MC was so disrespectful and rude. So after drawing out your order of the day, please, the MC of the wedding, ensure that you interview that MC, talk at length with him, know the kind of words he utters, because you might have a family, you might be your husband's family or your wife's family might be people that get easily irritated. Then music. Oh, there was something I was talking about before now. Okay. Then music, please. You can actually itemize the kind of music you want played at certain times. If you don't know that, yes, you can do that. My name is Oluchi. While I was coming in, there's a song by Flavor and I think somebody else that has Oluchi in it, and I wanted that song particularly to be played when I'm working with my girls. And that was the song I was playing when I was working with, and I felt good about it, So you can actually indicate the kind of songs you want played and even give the DJ a playlist of what you want played at certain times. So that one is actually a goal. So this is our ways you can actually plan your wedding. So back to what I said, like one vendor can actually help you get some other vendors, because people have associations, they know people, they've worked with other vendors before, so they can actually help you. The lady who helped me with my decoration helped me introduce me to someone who did Nkwobi at my wedding, introduced me to someone who helped me with renting beads, introduced me to like 4 or 3 different vendors. Then also, if you're using an event place, most likely that event place will have a DJ. Most likely, if they don't have, they can actually link you up, because so many DJs have come there and dropped their cards with them. Most likely they can also link you up with a DJ. A DJ will definitely link you up with an MC, or an MC will link you up with a DJ, because most times most MCs like to come with their DJs because they are already in sync. They know when to pause the music, when they can go ahead and speak. So most MCs even like to come with their own DJs. So getting vendors is not really a problem. Just getting the ones that that you can afford to pay. Then another thing I would like to say is, this did not work for me anyways, because I did not use this, but I would say don't pay all your vendors at once. So let them hold on to something. But I paid all my vendors at once, and I think I regretted a bit because my photographs came in late. Then because I had paid my makeup artist prior to the day she came, there was some attitude she was exhibiting that didn't go down well with me at the time. So many agreements we made, or the number of people she was supposed to make up ended up not being so. Because she would do anything, she has been paid now, so then she was being impatient because I had 2 changes, wardrobe changes, so she had to touch up my makeup again. She was like, when are we going to do the second one? I was like, I booked you, so why are you in a hurry to go? That kind of thing. So like I said, don't pay all your vendors at once beforehand, if it's possible, except for like the hall. You have to pay the hall. Obviously the hall cannot run now, can it? But humans can actually fail you, or humans can test your patience. So you don't want to be put in that spot. So that's another tip. Then also, hey guys, I just have to end the video here real quick. If you want to see the part 2 of that video, please subscribe to my channel. There's going to be more information about how to have a minimalist wedding. There's going to be a part 2 of that video, and I want you to, get the info right, okay? And I'm going to disclose the amount I actually spent on my wedding in the part 2 of that video. So many other tips will be given to you in that video. So just subscribe so that you'll be notified, and turn on your post notification so that you can get to know when Stels posts a video. Thank you so much for tuning in again. I remain your girl Stels. See you in the next one. Bye.